Halloween!
In my bizarre nature, when I think of scary movies to show to people, one movie that pops in my mind is I should show for Halloween Ichi the Killer. And it's not quite a horror movie, is it?
No. Well, I don't. Yes, it is. I think it's a horror movie, but it's a horror slash thriller slash gore slash comedy.
But not in the North American vein of the traditional, or certainly not a European as well, the tradition of what a Halloween movie is. Anyways, we're going to talk a little bit about Takashi Miike in this film retrospect episode. A Japanese director I really like, mostly because of his bizarre nature in films. You just don't normally see this kind of stuff from other directors and the stuff he tackles.
I really don't know what to say about him other than I had never seen a film by him until I met you, and now I've seen several.
I think we've seen like probably 6 together. And the thing about him is he makes like 3 pictures a year type thing, and 2 of them are really are usually not as great as the other. There's a period like for 3 years where he made like 5 good films, but since then I feel like it's every other one. His latest one is really good, but like movies like Zebraman is just like it's kind of like Power Rangers in like a bizarre world of Miike's impression of how Power Rangers would be. It's just bizarre.
I think that every aspiring filmmaker should watch his films, especially when you have been told to not do anything out of the box. Because he really goes out of the box with everything and makes it work. Makes it still a really well-told story. Like, when you really, at the end of his movies, I find, like, it's almost like I'm like, oh, hey, that was a really interesting story, too. On top of the fact, because, you have to read the subtitles, and you're watching all this action, and then you see all this gore and stuff.
And a lot of inserts with deep imagery. Yeah,
and then by the end of it, you're kind of like, I can understand, I guess, why some people can't handle it, but, I mean, if you can handle Saw, you can handle this. Like,
yeah, if you can handle Saw, then this is caviar for your palate.
Yeah, but when you, at the end of his films, I find you really sit there and you just got like, whoa, what a really deep story that had a lot of really interesting parts that you don't, it all just gets tied up at the end.
Yeah. I find you definitely have to rewatch it again just for subtitles because they go so fast.
I find that
it's not conventional dialogue either.
Personally, I found that the subtitle it melted away. Like I mean, that's the kind of person I am though. When I watch a subtitled movie, it's like I don't even realize I'm reading.
I found that with Chan-wook Park stuff, you can just almost not even watch the subtitles. But with Miike, I still find it's so much graphic imagery. It's constantly coming at you, and the characters are really a lot of detail, really good costumes and stuff. And the other thing on top of that, he layers it always in this darkness, where Chan-wook Park brightens it up and uses a lot of more pastels. Miike, you're constantly almost in the dark.
And he has really good acting.
Yeah.
Like, he gets a lot of, like, I mean, I've seen some of these actors and actresses now.
Yeah, they start to
a couple of times, and the stuff you can get out of them, the emotions in their face and stuff. Like, you can't, sometimes I find, like, with North American actors and actresses, it's just like, we know they're going to be good. We know Meryl Streep's going to be good.
Yeah.
And we know that she's going to be capable of doing that, but it's like, but then everyone else in the film, fails in comparison. Where I found that these films that I saw by him, it was like everyone seemed to be on the same page, and everyone seemed to got that raw emotion out. It'd be interesting to see him work.
Ichi the Killer.
My favorite.
Your favorite? A Yakuza boss has basically disappeared with $300 million. And everybody's kind of flipping out, and his kind of second or third in command, who's just kind of completely nuts, kind of takes charge of the gang, looking for the boss. Do you remember any of that?
No.
So that's kind of the plot. And then a whole lot of bizarre shit happens. Like Ichi shows up.
Oh my god, so good. First off, the villain in this is so perfect. He's just perfect. He's just that right kind of crazy mixed with that right kind of like murdery. You know? Oh, so good. Love this. I need to see this movie again.
He's a better Joker than Heath Ledger.
Oh my god, yeah. He's a better Joker than all the Jokers. Anyone that ever played the Joker, you have failed in comparison to this. So good.
So one of the characters, Ichi, he's got some issues, some repressed sexual childhood trauma that makes him go nuts. And then his older brother has this plot to, I don't know, fuck up everybody, and he's like a fucked up dude. He finds out in the end. These twin guys show up in the third act just to fuck shit up.
Everyone kind of looks alike.
The villain's girlfriend is like fucked up.
Everyone's basically fucked up in this whole movie, but it's really what's really good about it is that as much as the things that you're watching are insane, that could never possibly happen. Like there's just
Absurd
no feasible
violence.
there's no feasible way that could happen. It's so believable. As much as it's cartoony, you know, it's still really believable. They have a really good mix of that anime with real people.
It's establishing that world, like early on, like with the opening scene, that you're watching something completely different. So then, the further you go into it, the more normal it is for these bizarre things to happen, because he set it up this whole time that this is the planet you're watching. You're not watching your world. You're watching some faraway place.
Yeah.
That this happens.
And then and it does happen here.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, but it's a fantastic movie, and anyone that likes action films, I think, would really get a kick out of it. Anyone that likes...
It crosses a lot of genres, this one.
And it's funny, too, which is weird. It's like you sit there and you're watching it, and there's just a lot of parts where you're just like, oh, good.
Audition. This is the oldest movie I've seen from his collection. I think yours as well. It's from 1999. Want to tell us what Audition's about?
No.
No? Alright.
You're way better at describing movies than me. I miss a lot of key parts and make up my own plots.
I do believe it opens with a widower. He's kind of like an executive guy. He's chilling with his friend at a photo shoot, and he's looking through the pages of these models, and he decides, they both kind of decide that his friend there needs to audition girlfriends, and they could do it like a casting call with the actresses from his portfolio.
Yeah.
They set this up. The last girl to show up is, of course, the most interesting thing. Person. The
last person to show up is the most interesting of the ladies.
Turns out she's also the craziest. She was busy earlier that day fucking somebody up. Sorry about that. We went off on a really long tangent there that we had to delete. Audition. Anyways, sorry. If you don't know what this is about, you'll have to look it up or watch it. It's shit like that we cut.
Yeah. Really good acting in it. What do we know what the lead actress's name is? Can we pronounce it? Is it?
I can't pronounce it. No.
What is it?
The actress, the human being's name is Eihi. Character's name is Ashami.
Okay. Well, anyways, she is really good in it.
Yeah.
She's really good in it.
She allows herself to be a very insane human being.
Yeah.
Which is great to see an actor or actress do.
Yes.
She goes with, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Making faces at me."
No, it was really good. I really can't remember too much about it other than the fact that she was psychotic and there were just scenes.
Well, it's the way they cut it that it made her seem that way, because the story, for all anybody know, like maybe other people have figured out, you gotta watch it 5 million times. I don't know if it's linear or not, but like I don't want to, like it's hard to talk about without spoiling it because there's just so much stuff that there's so many red herrings in it.
Yeah.
To the point where at the end it's just like, who is this man? Why are these things happening?
Yeah.
This is just fucked up.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's hard to
If you
explain.
like thriller movies, it's really good.
It's hard to explain without spoiling.
And it's suspenseful. Well, then let's not tell anybody. How about this? Go see Audition. Rent it, stream it, download it, get it any way you can, but see it.
Alright, I'm going to touch on 4 other films right quick, because this first one we've watched together and you claim you haven't. It's Gozu from 2003. One of the opening scenes is they're outside a restaurant, and isn't that the one where they throw the dog against the window and then they murder the dog? That one, it's like two guys, Yakuza guys, go out to the country for some reason, and they go to like a bizarre Japanese bed and breakfast full of just old weirdo sexual people. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay.
I really can't remember it. We'll have to watch it again.
Visitor Q from 2001. The worst, the most bizarre of all his movies. It's about a guy who visits a family who I believe the father is sexually attracted to his daughter. The mother, like I think, breastfeeds the son, and there's also a baby. The old man also sodomizes a dead person, and then this visitor comes to help them. I wouldn't say the worst. It's the most bizarre of all Miike's movies. The Western one he did a couple years ago that Quentin Tarantino's in, we watched. I found that really boring. His take on Western. I
hate Western movies anyway, so yeah. I was really bored.
And what was the other one? City of Lost Souls, which is kind of like a hipster gangster kind of Yakuza movie, kind of like straightforward in that genre, with a lot of blood, a lot of action. There's the Matrix chicken cockfight in one of the opening scenes. There's like a midget character that follows them around. The main character is half Brazilian, half Chinese, and they're in Japan. And then like the lead female is, I don't know, maybe a Chinese woman living in Japan. So she's like a fancy thing that the villain really wants to capture. Like he's always trying to kidnap the princess. It's kind of like Super Mario Brothers at some point, where it's just like his internal drive is
the
just
Legends of Zelda.
Yeah, almost like that. Never-ending quest to steal this guy's girlfriend, who is just like a badass with a gun. There's a good gunfight at the end, lots of blood. I just wanted to mention that's something most people don't see. It's a more rare one. You should try to go see it. And basically, what else can we say about Takashi Miike?
Oh my god, amazing!
Genius.
You have to see him.
You can see him in the first Hostel. He is the Asian guy who comes out of the place where they torture the travelers. Just breaking shit.
I thought they fell over while we were.
This is what happens when we do this for like an hour.
I know.
We just have to end. Sorry if this isn't what you were looking for. Just go and watch the movie.
Oh my god, watch everything he's ever done.
And then come tell us, because we're not going to do that.